Hello, hello. My name is Linda, also known as Tortajala around the internet. I love creative journaling and all things stationery. And today I wanted to share with you a super exciting unboxing for me. I finally got Spek planners. So VDS has been on my list for the longest of times because they are known to create such high quality ring planners and leather products. Obviously, if you're in the planning community, it's not like new news to you. You probably know all about this company and what they offer. And really, the thing that they're known for perhaps is the fact that you can customize your planner, right? You can pick the leathers inside, outside, the stitching, the pocket configurations, just every single feature of your planner. I got a sample here with my order, by the way. It is the Janet Leather um, Velvet Rose, I believe. It's very soft. It feels a little bit like, what do you call that material that kids play with, like crepe? Um, uh, that kind of thing. But you can see here, I have two VDS planners. Yes, this is my first time. I do not own any VDS planners, and it's been on my list for the longest of times. So I just took the opportunity because there was the December Advent like sales, and I sort of chose the day that made sense for me and, pulled the trigger in that sense because it was such a great deal. As you can see from the size of the box, I have ordered the standard or the personal wide planners that were already discounted because they are being um how do you say um they're not gonna be restocked anymore. They're taking it out of their Touch Me line for that particular size. So they were already heavily discounted. But because of the advent, there was another discount on top of it on a particular day. So that's why I went for it. I basically got two planners for the price of one kind of thing. So I couldn't help myself. So you can see here, I'm going to open the first one and there's the box. By the way, I just want to note that, I mean, VDS planners are pretty expensive, and it's not that it's a huge deal what the box is supposed to be like, but I feel like it doesn't match the like luxury of the planner. Does that make sense? Like the box is not that great. I mean, if you've opened like Filofax's, Moterms, that kind of thing, they have nice, packaging. But this is the first planner that I got. Oh my gosh, it is so darn pretty. I definitely am super giddy. This is the Touch Me standard wide in Stardust Velvet Matte Croco. And I've definitely lusted over this for a very long time. I mean, it's been around for years and years, right? People have shown these before. The material, it's so soft. It's something that you would want to like just touch and rub like all the time. It's sort of similar to like the velvet, that sample leather, but the velvet one, it seems like not as organic, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. But this, oh, I love it. It's super floppy, so it's not like a structure type of planner. You obviously have to have something in this planner to give it, its structure, because otherwise it's just completely like floppy leather. But I love it. I have been lusting over this for a very long time, and it's just beautiful. I love the croc. And I love the fact that it is matte instead of like, shininess. And the color is just like neutral, wonderful that you can use, any time of year, really. Um, it's just like such a steal in my mind. So I just could not pass up this deal. And I know some people, they don't really use like the personal wide size, but I guess I use planners differently in the sense that this isn't really for planning. I'm not carrying it around. I use ring planners like binders, you know what I mean? Like folders to hold things. So for me, I like the extra room and the large size. So you can see the Touch Me planner line is basically their planners that are actually pre-made with this specific configuration in a couple of leathers that they offer. So these are like their quote unquote in stock items instead of everything else that would be like made to order, so that you could specify exactly what you want. But I think that sometimes it's quite overwhelming almost to know what you want when it comes to the customizations. It's almost like you can build something from scratch, right? And it's almost like too much pressure for me because I don't even know like what would be the best and like um it makes it so that I don't know what I want anymore. Whereas the Touch Me is like, okay, you have these options. I mean, there's still options to pick. You can pick your ring size, and obviously the color of the leather, but everything else is sort of like set in this generic configuration of pockets and things like that. So I think it's a good like entry level in a sense to the brand. So this particular color leather has black lining, and one thing that I didn't realize is that this lining is not fabric. It's like some kind of synthetic. I mean, it feels sort of like cheap plastic to me, or like weird bonded leather or something like that. I mean, I don't think it's leather, but I wish it was just fabric because I feel like fabric would last longer than some kind of weird synthetic material. It's making me a little bit um worried only because that kind of black, sort of like synthetic material over a long period of time, it usually like crumbles and disintegrates. Maybe this won't because obviously, they are a company that stands behind their products and they have like a warranty on everything. Obviously not if regular use kind of thing, but I mean it's supposed to last. So we'll see what happens. But that's the only thing that I'm not like a huge fan of in terms of like the lining. But you can see there's a huge back pocket, and this is the standard wide size, like personal wide. It has a zip pocket on the left, two pen loops, and rounded corners are like their norm. So if you were to buy a custom planner, you could ask for like the straight edge corners, and lots of credit card pockets. And obviously, right now there's nothing in the planner, so it's sort of hard to like snap the snap because there's nothing inside to give it like a little bit of structure. But of course, once you start adding materials inside, then it would make, it would be easier to use. But I really like the fact that it's floppy. Like it's one of those things that you just want to touch. And I did like a little smell test kind of thing, and it's definitely like um, really nice leather and has that nice leather smell, but it also makes me think of like a little, like car upholstery kind of like leather, that kind of leather smell, rather than, I mean, I live in Italy, so obviously the veg tan type of leather smell is a little bit like different. So I did get another color. Why? Because I don't know. Um, well, I was debating. So this is the Parme color, which is sort of like the very, very light pink color. The Touch Me line only has a couple colors. Other sizes have a couple other options, but basically it's whatever they have in stock, right? But I was debating between these two because I do very much like pink. And then I do like that matte Croco. So the thing is, I was like I said, it's hard to understand what it is if you don't have it in person. So I realized once I got it in person that this Parm color, it sort of has like this undertone, or I don't know if it's undertone, but the texture that you see, which is fine. I really love texture, so I don't mind that. But it has sort of like this grayish tint like on top of the pink, if that makes sense. I think that when I was watching a lot of videos, um, people obviously have video lights and things like that on their, products and things like that on their table. So it sort of washes it out and makes it look a lot lighter. But I think you can tell from my video that it's like pink, but because of the texture, the raised portions in the textured leather sort of has that like grayish tinge. I don't know if that makes sense to you. It wasn't something that I love like upon looking at it firsthand. So I don't know, maybe it will grow on me. I don't know if it's because of the way that I have my lights set up, or the fact that I have like the Stardust Croco like right next to it, or the fact that my desk obviously has this like brownish grayish kind of background. So I don't know, but I wasn't expecting that. For some reason, I thought it would just be an extremely light pink, and that might be an effect of just seeing pictures and, everything on social media, like, the light is like boosted up, so then it sort of washes it out. But it definitely has that like darker gray tinge sort of on top of a really light pink color. So you can see this configuration. This is also a standard wide, and the configuration is the same. I asked for 30 millimeter rings on both of these planners, which is like the very largest size, so that I could put it like so much stuff in it. And you can see this lining is a very dark brown. The lining basically matches the tag that says Vanderspek, but the setup is exactly the same, because this is the Touch Me line. So they are basically like pre-made, and then they just put in the rings that you requested. So these are the two planners that I got. I'm super, super happy, because I got like such a good deal, and I was able to sort of like get my first taste of Vanderspek sort of like at a really good price. You can see here I got some like pink pieces of paper to sort of show you like just how different the pink is. I mean, it's not called pink, it's called Parme, right? Which I don't know the origin of the name, what it's supposed to be, but it's just like a very unique and like different kind of pinky color, but with other, tones sort of mixed into it. And the leather, like inside, outside, it's the same. So, like, that is the color of the leather. It's not because, it's been sitting around for too long or anything like that. The color of this hide, I guess, probably because it's also very like textury and pebbly as opposed to maybe like a smooth option. So it's definitely different. I mean, you can see also from my nails are like a pinky color, and so that is a very light, almost like very light, fleshy kind of color. But you can see that these planners are, standard wide, really giant 30 millimeter rings, and very floppy, and they're, pretty much the same. I don't know, the Stardust looks like it might be just like a millimeter more, but that might just be me not lining them up. Um, but I mean, they're really nice leather, really nicely made. The stitching is impeccable. Everything is perfect. I'm definitely now like reeled in a sense because it's gonna sort of be on my list to get a lot of leather samples because then I could see it in real life and really decide what my next one might be. But obviously that will be in the future because I want to play with these first. But I'm just gonna set like a bunch of pink stuff on here so you could see like the difference. Like it's not pink pink. It's definitely a very unique, like different kind of like light, almost washed out pink with like a glaze of like grayishness on top of it. That's the way that I definitely see it. I don't know how else you would describe this. But what I want to share with you now is I'm actually going to go take a bunch of photos and share like a bunch of still shots of both of these planners so that you could see things a little bit up close and a little bit more slowly. If you're interested in seeing the leather and the features and all of that kind of stuff up close. And I know that it's never the same as seeing it in real life, but if you're doing research or you're thinking about buying one of these planners or one of these leathers, then at least you can get a little bit more information because I know that I always go search online and try to, do as much research as possible before I make a purchase. And one thing I do want to note is that during the month of December, they have this like Advent sales kind of thing. So every day they will have a different type of sale. So if you have VDS on your wish list, I I think that if you can wait, put it on your wish list, but wait for like when they have, some type of sale or deal or something like that. And then you can really get that discount, which is really, really nice because they've had days where they will discount like a custom made planner as well, or offer like a freebie if you order it that day, or even offer like a whole free, planner if you order a specific day. So there's just a variety of things that they do for the month of December specifically. So I definitely think this is something to like note in your planner for like the following year, if you are very much interested in this brand. And like I said, they are known for creating custom planners, besides this like ready-made line, which obviously is already like in stock and ready to go. Um, but when you want like a custom planner, you can sort of take your time to really plan it out and then, wait for maybe when there's a deal or something like that and order it then, which I think is a great idea to like take advantage of when they, are so generous to offer these discounts. It's definitely going to be on my list because I definitely think that The planners are so well made, so nice. The leather is so nice. Oh my gosh, the velvet mat. I really like that kind of stuff. That's like touchy-feely, sort of furry kind of thing. Not furry, but the matte like um softness to it. So I'm going to show some close-up shots so that you could see this Stardust Croco, like how lovely it is. Maybe I'm just into this neutral now, but the fact that it has like a little spice because of the croc pattern, yeah, I really love this, and I would definitely consider getting this in a different size as well because I really do love it that much. But one thing I worry about is I don't know, like, do I need to spray this or something? I don't know. If you've experience, please do let me know. The Parm, I'm a little bit iffy on because for some reason I just thought it would be lighter, like again, maybe I was just fooled by the pictures themselves because obviously, studio light pictures and all that kind of stuff, they really wash things out and make things brighter than they really are. So I just wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting like that gray tinge, which is what is throwing me off. So let me know if you have thoughts on this. I would definitely be very interested to know. But in general, I am happy with my purchases. I think I got a great deal. So like I don't feel negative about my purchases at all. I'm really happy to have this in my collection, and I have a lot of stuff that I need to put into binders. So that's what I personally am using them for. So I'm good on that front of things. And I thank you so much for watching this video and sharing in the excitement with me. Definitely let me know how you care for these planners because I'm like a little bit worried about if I need to do something specific. I have been playing with fountain pen inks lately, so I'm so afraid to like splash. And one thing that I think is, I don't know, just a little odd is that I feel like this is a luxury planner company, but like their box, they don't have um what do you call it, like a baggie or something like that to put your planner in. And I know that sometimes people are like, oh, I don't use those kinds of things anyways, but I tend to do that because, again, it's because if things are on my desk and I sort of have all of my planners and things like that lined up on one side of my desk. So, like, if a splash were to get on it, I would be really worried. Although I know the Touch Me leather line, it's supposed to be more durable. It does not change over time, like it doesn't patina or anything like that. It's made to be like, use kind of thing. But I don't know about that Stardust Croco mat. It seems like it would be more delicate, but like I don't want to, purposely want to try to dirty it or anything because I want to be, at least in the beginning, a little bit more careful with things and take care of them. So, yeah, I'm just really happy and I'm definitely going to dive in and start putting things in here. But I wanted to share the unboxing because it's just really exciting to be able to get these and add to my collection. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And thank you so much for watching and supporting me here. Let me know down in the comments if you have any information or your thoughts on VDS or how to take care of your planners as well. And until next time, bye.